Alright, don't think too hard about it. I just barely came from filming a Dead by Daylight themed video. I got most of the way through it. It was a journey along the way. I'll just roll some clips from that real quick. So we'll do that and then we'll come back. This is Amanda, the pig. If this video gets her nerfed, I'm sorry. This game is actually called Babysitter Simulator is because the survivors keep fucking up your shit. This is a row of lockers. This is a bush. These are Claudette and Dwight. Dwight hides in lockers. Claudette hides in the bush. And ultimately, I scrapped the video because it turned into this. And on the scale of life, I accomplished nothing while I was playing that game. And there's all sorts of voices that go into that. I feel aggressive, so I'm performing an aggressive activity. It's a little bit like, where was I for 3 hours? And now I'm here because something went a little bit wrong, I think, in this filming session and my ideas for the day. So when I talk about what I think went wrong, and we're going to fix actually, bring the camera down a little bit. And when I think what went wrong has to do with my take on stimulants and ADHD. It's something I've been toying around with, so I want to go ahead and express this idea, and you guys tell me if I'm onto something or if you think it's garbage. Because earlier today, I had all sorts of ideas about what I wanted to film, because I have big plans for this video project. Like, there is so much on the way, it made sense for today to be a long filming session, and that's what I was working on. Or that was my plans coming into today. And kicking around in my head, and had been all day, and has been for weeks, were what I want to say, how I want to say it, stories to tell, and how to weave it all through a narrative, but clump my ideas together. There's something quite specific I've been going to for a very long time. I've been getting much closer to it, and that's what I wanted to work on today. And I was going to make a fun Dead by Daylight video to kind of get myself in the mood of filming, and then film a video that I was really excited about because I like this game a lot. So I wanted to make a video that was about Dead by Daylight, but it was inside a VR chat, and just kind of like goof around. I was really excited to goof around. And I cracked open a Rockstar because I thought that would be fun to just pop on some caffeine, make a video, have some fun. And for someone with ADHD, stimulants help to maintain a single focus, like a single thought in mind. Because I guess apparently what you're doing is activating, I got this from Dr. K of Healthy Gamer GG, but apparently what you're doing is activating the part of your brain that controls the brakes, which is why someone with ADHD, who is famously wired all the time, you drink caffeine and it cools you down because now you've activated the part of your brain that applies brakes. So the rest of you can slow down and do one thing at a time and hold one thought in mind so you're not quite so scattered all the time. And that can really help you when you're studying or doing dishes or living your life or when you're at job. Like, that's my experience with stimulants and having ADHD. And this comes from someone who has been prescribed medication and then is not anymore. And then someone who used to self-medicate with so much caffeine, and now I'm down to much less. And some days, no coffee. And that's totally fine, because what I'm toying around with is this idea that if stimulants help to maintain a single thought, do lack of stimulants help to maintain bazillion gazillion thoughts, because the brain is a really scattered, staticky place. I kind of like that, and some of this video work has been trying to figure out if we can make that viable. And what I had wanted to do today was a lot of displaying emotional honesty and talking more about where I come from and who I am, but then what my ideas are and different systems in my mind that help me get through my life. And it was going to be a big video with a lot of those themes. And when I thought was going to be a fun filming session, crack open a Rockstar, set sail, caffeinated panther, here we go baby, make a fun Dead by Daylight video to start off the filming session, and then go from there and set sail. And then today's a big, oh man, this one's rough, as I'm going on vacation for about a week soon to go stay with my folks. And based on scheduling and just how things are, today being a big filming session day made tons of sense. So I could go spend time with my folks and I would have lots of footage to edit, And then while I'm editing all of that footage, I'm also ruminating on what I've filmed, how I want to move forward when I continue filming, and I had this big plan. And I've gotten better at maintaining a single thought in mind in bursts. So I could maintain a single thought for 5 minutes, 10, maybe 20 minutes. That's enough time to make a video. And then you can abandon thought and choose the next one that's nice and shiny and make a video about that and maintain that thought. And that's a system that preliminarily has yielded tremendous results already, with more on the way as I hone that system. And what accidentally happened just now, and I'm actually pretty miffed about, is I drank my Rockstar, and wouldn't you know it, I am now much better at maintaining a single line of thought. The caffeine did its trick. And what I wanted to do today was not make one Dead by Daylight video. I wanted to make that and a million other videos. One 5 to 10 to 20-minute video at a time, to dance among my thoughts and my scattered mind, to learn more about how my thoughts and my scattered mind operate, to better be able to operate or understand them in the future, to possibly guide people through my own journey, through my own mind, in the hopes that I would be able to, that it could inform them through their journey, through their own mind. Some of the tricks that I use, maybe that can help someone else either use the same trick or develop some of their own, or just inform them about tricks in general. And if nothing else, I talked myself through some of my own tricks. I have nothing but a lot to gain from pursuing this video work that I've been so hung up on for months now, probably years really. And editing a monolithic video would have been a great time to crack open a Rockstar, to maintain that single line of thought, get some work done, set sail. And I do have some video to edit. Again, I was going to wait because today was a prime day for filming, and I accidentally messed that up. God damn it. So it's time to pivot because I can no longer film what I needed to film. And we'll work on filming that some other time. It'll be okay. I'm just bummed out. That's okay. But I wanted to take the opportunity, so long as I got on all of the gear, to film something. And I can't film what I wanted to. And then I wanted to film this, but then I abandoned ship. So anyway, I'm filming this now just to chronicle my own experience of accidentally drinking Rockstar and how that affected me away from trying to dance among my myriad thoughts and make sense of them and try and make something cool with it, to I am now excellent at maintaining a single thought, and that's not what I wanted out of today. Again, because of that system I'm trying to dial down, to try and figure out how does the static nature of an ADHD brain, along with some other things going on there. So instead of only ADHD, we'll probably expand that out to just, I guess I hate the term neurodivergent, but it's accurate. Maybe we'll just call it atypical for now. And I wanted to see if there was something behind an atypical brain structure and how can you utilize its output by thinking a little bit out of the box. It's a quest that I'm doggedly invested in that I accidentally misstepped towards. And something else I want to light on real quick is nobody cares. Not really. And what I mean by that is I have in my heart a strong timeline, because I believe really firmly in this vision, in this plan, in what I have on the way. It means a tremendous amount to me. I think there's something to it. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of work towards it, to try and get it out, to try and get it published. There's so much stock and faith I have in what's going on and what I seek to achieve, that I want to achieve it as quickly as I can. And I think that's kind of natural. I think I'm onto something here, and it's all I want to do. It's all I can think about, basically. And the interesting thing is, every single problem I have with managing ADHD, or then trying to make a video here, but I accidentally drink a Rockstar and I'll end up doing other things, and it's totally not a big deal if I just scale out my timeline. There's no reason I have to try and rush my thoughts into production. I don't need to launch a new channel and then get videos on the other channel and maintain my online presence. And there's a lot of factors going on. I have a handful of days still to deadline to finish my visual novel obligation. And then there's a furry game jam coming up that I'm participating in, but I don't know what I'm making. So if I do things the right way, I could finish my interactive novel engine to be able to make an interactive novel for the game jam after having a visual novel translation credit under my belt, while having large amounts of footage to edit through, but then also ruminate upon while I'm on vacation, which I would also be able to work on programming for, or during. So by the end of November, I have a translation credit on a work-in-progress visual novel, a interactive novel, possibly a brand new YouTube channel, or at the very least, content to go onto my other one, along with an additionally refined sense of self. If I played all of my cards correctly. Today, quite by accident, I did not play all of my cards correctly. I fumbled. I misplayed. I cracked open a Rockstar. And yes, I can salvage the night, and it's not like it's toasted. I have this video I'm going to edit and then post out, and then I have other footage to then be able to edit, or then I also probably will just work on my visual novel work, even though I wasn't going to do that today. But you have to try and stay adaptable and change your plans and be open to that, which I'm trying to be, and I am, and everything's going to work out. I just had in mind a grand machine where a lot of things could have worked out. So when I messed up on my filming session just now, and my Rockstar backfired, and my plans for today were adjusted, that adjusted my plans for tomorrow, and the next day, and then that next week, and then from there that cascades to the month. And whatever kind of life it was that I had envisioned at the end of the month, after having pulled off this grand plan, which I maintain could have been and maybe still is an achievable thing, it's still theoretically possible, and I get so hung up on the theoreticals of life. And that might be the biggest lesson I could learn presently, more so than a perfect, flawless execution on an entire month, and then I've got plans and machinations, and Phineas Former becomes a household name, and people's lives are made better because I went on a public journey towards my psyche and understanding more about my own machinations by making a video series where I coach myself through my own series of static ass thoughts to understand more about what it's like to be me. And nowhere in any of that does it have to be this month, next month, this year. I could stop making videos entirely, and some people would be bummed out, myself included, and I'm not going to stop making videos, not even a little bit. Like, it's all still on the way. It just hurts when today meant something, and oops. I didn't want to oops this one. I did not want to oops this one, but I oopsed it. And you don't want that. And it's all of the pressures that I put on myself because I know what's theoretically possible, that a small oops, a Rockstar oops, $2 worth of oops, ruined a month? Whoa. Like, buddy, that's untenable. That has to stop. Like, that's got to be a never again territory. A $2 oops? $2. $2. $2 and a handful of hours. And what is it about this life that I've crafted, or this brain structure, where a $2 can of Rockstar, which altered a relatively delicate brain chemistry for no more than the handful of hours a can of caffeine even really lasts, ruined a month of planning, or a planned month. Years of planning to a roughly a planned month of execution. And they say the best way to learn from a mistake is to just try and learn how to not make it again. And the lesson is not Okay, then I won't drink Rockstars. I'll be more careful with my caffeine. Like, sure, that's a lesson. But the grander lesson is the new system for me to learn more so than how to be productive with ADHD or how can it be a superpower, and trying to just work with how my brain operates typically, opposed to trying to figure out how to change my brain activity to more how I think it should be and what's going to fit in better with other people. How do I fit in better with myself is ultimately what I'm trying to figure out here. And even before that, the lesson that I have to figure out is going to be, I guess, maybe trying to take away how important I am to myself, how grand I think my ideas are. Because yes, they are grand, and I do still have every ounce of confidence in them. Like, we're headed places here. But not $2, 5 hours, month mistake kind of territory. No one is asking for that. No one needs that. Because no one else but me knows what it's going to be, no one knows enough to be as eager for it as I am. And that's a tremendous disappointment to me that no one else is as eager as I am. It's understandable because I'm a lunatic. And of course, no one else is going to be as eager as I am for the plans that only I see in my own head. I have a very strange head. Of course, no one else is as eager for it as I am. So either learn to scale back on the eagerness so that $2 cans of Rockstar hurt less, or do I scale up the eagerness to make up for a world that isn't eager enough? You could throw your hands up against the whole system and just play games, drink more coffee, start drinking beer, get high and play Dead by Daylight. And what I'll probably end up doing is just sitting on this one because I have a lot of frustrated energy with myself. And that's not going to be good at all. And you don't want to make a harsh decision out of frustration. So I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to get high, although that sounds lovely. And we're just going to sit on this one and recoup our losses, edit this video, get this uploaded. So, because having something out feels nice, even if it's not the entire month ahead of me that I thought today was going to be. But what I take away from this exact moment is I don't think I'm ready for what it was that I thought I was working towards. Because if I can't handle a $2 Rockstar mistake, I have way more groundwork to cover than I thought that I did. And what I know is possible in theory isn't going to translate all of the time. Life is not a frictionless vacuum, and there's only so much one little panther boy can do. And what I did was make a small mistake. Could have happened to anyone. And learning to handle that with grace will help a tremendous amount. And I know how to handle it with grace, but the entire system needs to change. Because I can't be pinning a month of dreams on a single night of filming anymore. And I didn't realize that's what I had been doing until it all fell apart because of my $2 mistake. And I think what I'm really taking away from this, and what I want to try to take away from it, what I'm going to ruminate on as I'm editing this video, as I'm uploading it, as I'm trying to be gentle throughout the remainder of my day, to concentrate and just feel through what happened, how do I want to improve. The lesson I want to take away from this is, let's go ahead and bring down those dreams. Which hurts because my dreams are massive and big and fantastic, but one night must no longer be attached to a 30-day experience. Because if one night goes wrong, and I feel the fallout of 30 days damage, no. Get out of here. I'm out. That is untenable. I don't know what would be tenable. How far out is too far to start making plans, or then you have your 30-day vision and then you have a 3-hour vision, and then when does that start like, oh, I had like an hour's plan and then that messed up. So like I'm figuring it out. I just didn't think I was so I don't know, man. I don't think it's back to the drawing board necessarily, but there's something pretty basic here that I think I'm missing. And I'm just going to ruminate on it and sort that out. So, this is not the video I thought I'd be making, nor is it the month ahead of me that I thought it was going to be. And that's okay. I will say it's going to be really hard because I do want to go through some of the footage that I had earlier before I opened that Rockstar. Because the first 10 minutes or so, I was pretty excited in my staticky head about making a Dead by Daylight video, and I still want to put some of that footage in the intro of this video, and that's going to be really, really hard, seeing myself being really excited for the plans I had for the day, and then comparing them to where I ended up now. So I'm going to go work on that, and I'll talk to you guys later.